Yields back. I now recognize gentleman from Alabama, Mr. Strong, for 5 minutes of questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to our witnesses for being here today. Our brave law enforcement officers put their lives on the line every day to uphold our laws and protect Americans. We deserve every tool and protection necessary to carry out their mission safely and effectively without fear of being targeted simply for doing their job. Mr. Hughes, DHS has reported an 8,000% increase in threats, doxing, and direct attacks against federal law enforcement. In Alabama, we felt the impact of rising violence. We've lost dedicated law enforcement officers who made the ultimate sacrifice. What do you think is driving this escalation, and how has it changed the way officers approach their daily duties?
Thank you, Congressman. What is really alarming, I think, to a lot of us is the normalization of this anti-rhetoric. We have to understand that police officers are enforcing the laws. They're enforcing the laws that this body makes and that the elected officials make. And when we have that anti-rhetoric on law enforcement officers, it just fuels the fire. A lot of it's social media. We see social media that puts out information that isn't necessarily true all the time, and it just fuels the flames. And it makes the violence against police officers seem normal. It's not right. It's against the law, and we need to do something about it.
Thank you. I want to shift briefly to the intelligence side of this, because when we see coordinated ambushes and targeted attacks, it raises serious questions about prevention. Mr. Hughes, are there specific intelligence sharing gaps between federal, state, and local agencies that make it harder to detect or prevent coordinated attacks against officers?
You know, after 9/11, we're supposed to really be filling these gaps with intelligence and sharing of information. But we need more. We need better sharing of information. We need to be sharing information, federal, state, local, tribal, territorial, to make sure that all law enforcement has the information to make informed decisions. That's what you all do. That's what we need to do as well. If we are missing pieces of information, that will affect the operational effectiveness.
Thank you. Turning to our state and local partners, we're hearing that this isn't just a federal challenge. It's hitting sheriff's deputies, local police across the country. Mr. Thompson, are you seeing a measurable recruitment or retention impact at the local level as a result of these threats and the more hostile talks around policing?
We are indeed. I know of several agencies, sheriff's offices, PDs as well, that are short bodies in the neighborhood of 40, 45%, some even higher. Let's remember, smaller agencies are always even more difficultly confronted with these challenges. You have 10 deputies and you lose 3 people. The time to replace those it's months to get that done. It's happening on an increased pace. We're seeing it slow a bit, but it's still very, very bad.
I speak from a firsthand knowledge. I served 26 years in local government. I was the chairman of the Madison County Commission, and I can tell you this right here, what we did to solve some of these problems was we doubled the size of law enforcement in our county. It made a substantial difference. I know that Representative Gonzalez mentioned about bulletproof vehicles. I bought 2 what are known as Bearcats for our community, and I can tell you this right here, it worked for our sheriff's department. It will work for other law enforcement throughout this country. It is a very good investment to save lives. Rather than having to go through a door, you've got the ability to use less than lethal options by using tear gas inside that, make them come out, and it works. You start looking at all the different things that you do, and these working together is what makes law enforcement safer. But I will say another area I'm concerned about is the way technology is now weaponizing against law enforcement, not just against officers themselves, but also against their families. We're seeing unauthorized tracking tools and online platforms that publicize officers' location in real time. On top of that, we've seen officers' home addresses, their children's school locations, and even family photos posted online in coordination with doxing campaigns. My question to you is, are you seeing that at each of your levels? I'll start with you, Mr. Thompson.
We are seeing it. It's a exponential growth in the public release of privileged information. Law enforcement PII is considered privileged information in nearly every state, but nevertheless, we're seeing it's growing radically, and it's having a devastating effect.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Gentleman yields back.